Hello traders, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This week I've prepared 3 pairs for you. I'm going to go over them starting from daily time frame this time. Those 3 pairs are AUDUSD, GBPCAD, and GBPUSD. We'll see if we can catch any trades from them. Sunday market has not opened yet, so let's just prepare some setups and see what happens later. So this is the AUD US dollar on the daily time frame. What we can see is that this push from here started breaking the lows that we had on the uptrend from here. So this push break this low, this low, this low, this low, and also these lows. Okay, so we created a new low, and now we are aiming for lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, right? So if we count this leg as the breaking structural leg, high, low, this correction can be counted as the lower high compared to this one. Now we want to see this low broken and test this low or break below this one. So I'm going to draw my zone 1 here on the daily and also mark this low as well. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we're just going to modify this zone to here. Also kind of support from here, which is broken right now, and we closed below. But to be safe for this scenario, I'm waiting for the push to continue down a bit, down below this area. And after we close below this zone, which is around 703, we enter short position with stops above the 4-hour, or we can also move to 1-hour candle to see where it can be. And my take profit's gonna be the lows here. And after that, if the bearish move continues, we can move our take profits further below and take partials. So in the 1 hour, if I want to modify the scenario one more time, we can see this support here, minor support. We can enter more aggressively once we see the break below this support and close into a short position here, take stop loss above this zone, which is around 27, 28 pips. And my first take profit will be this low, and the second one will be the lows from before. This one will give me a clean 1 to 3.5 risk to reward ratio, which makes more sense. But we'll see what happens on Monday. I'm not going to enter on this one after markets open. So we have this one. I'm going to add an alert in this one for the price of 0.706. Once we close below this one, I'll enter on a short position, but on the 1 hour, I'm not going to put my stops above the entry candle. I'm going to put it above this area, this minor area, which we defined it on 4-hour. So we mark this area, we are close below. Now on the 1 hour, once we break below these lows and support, I'm going to enter short with the stops above the 4-hour support and my take profit below these lows. Moving to the next pair, starting from the daily, we have the GBPCAD on the daily time frame. I can see the move is very bearish from here, clear bearish. I can see in his own, there is only one here, which is too far. But what we can do is mark our chart from a close-up angle. So we have this resistance area here. We have this support here. Also, we clearly can see the move is bearish. We're going to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, I'll draw this trend line here. If you're a supply and demand trader, you probably will mark this area for yourself as an entry sign. I'll count this one acceptable as well. So what I think will happen is that, let me first draw my fibs from this leg. Why I draw my fibs from this leg? Because this leg broke the previous lows. So this is a valid leg to draw the fibs, and we are looking for retracement to enter on the entry fib levels, which is 705 for me, was this one in confluence with the supply area I have with the trend line. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm gonna modify my zones a bit. So this one I'll draw it a bit low here to catch this wick, and the lows here. We are correcting this bearish move right now, like forming some kind of patterns. I don't know if you want to count it as a pattern or not. And I'm gonna count all this week as my zone. So once price reach this area, I'll enter short position, let's say here, with the stops above the trend line and above this area, this supply area, with my take profits, this low. So the move was bearish. I expect to take sells on this scenario, clear downtrend. We are making lower high, lower lows. And this push broke the lows. We draw fib. The fib is in confluence with this supply zone and this trend line. So once price come back here, once it closed bearish, we're gonna take the entry. Okay, so if it closed bullish here, we're not gonna enter. We're gonna wait for price to turn bearish. So we also have this area. I'm gonna set an alert for it so I can give you the signal later. One other scenario can happen is we don't respect this supply zone, we come a little bit higher and start rejecting from here. We'll see what happens. And if this one got rejected, we'll enter here. If a stop loss get hit, it doesn't matter. We can give it a second chance here. So this scenario will give me a clear 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio, which is very good. I'm only gonna risk for 41 pips and the take profit is 210. And it's on the 1 hour time frame. So the trade shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 days for it to completely develop. That's what I like to see. Going back to the daily time frame and the next pair, which is GBPUSD. GBPUSD, I previously marked it on the weekly time frame here. You can see it's very far, but it's a valid zone here. Just gonna draw a line here and another one here. So if we see reversals from here, and this actually lower highs being broken, then we might see GBPUSD to continue moving bullish. But for now, as we are respecting these highs, I still want to see price moving down. So let me just have one of these on my chart. I'm going to remove the other one. Now let's analyze it. Close look. So resistance here. My support, I'm going to take this support and also going to mark my weekly lows, which was here. Okay. Going to the 4 hour time frame, you can perfectly see this breaking structure, take out all these lows. It pushed the market further down. I'm gonna move my zone to here. Also draw a zone at this doji candle. I always like to mark the doji candles on my chart because they are mostly for reversals. When price come back to this area, it will reverse most of the times when there's doji here. So this one as well, I'm gonna draw the fibs from week to week. It has a confluence with 0.79 area. It's a bit higher than my entry, but it's still acceptable. So I'm gonna give it a try once price reach this area. We also have this support, but because there are going to be so many zones in this look you have, I'm not going to count this one, so just ignore this one. Going to the 1 hour to see clearly what can happen. So resistance, very valid resistance. Here we have the supply zone. We have the resistance here. I'm gonna just mark it with this. So now you might think, okay, I said it's at weekly support. We might see a bit of reversal and see price continuing moving bullish. Well, that's counter trend. You might give it a try, but for that one to be safe, you should wait for the price to close above this resistance and then take the long entries to this supply area if you want. This is very risky because it's counter trend. I'm not gonna take this one. So one scenario is this, stops somewhere around here, take profits first one here. It gives you a 1 to 3 risk to reward. And the other one is we will wait for price to come back up to this area and see if it's reject this zone or either this zone, which I prefer to see a rejection from this zone. So if price got rejected from this zone, I'm gonna enter a short position with my stops above this wick and my take profit the weekly lows. It will give me a 1 to 6 risk to reward. The only concern I have about this last scenario is the price was very bearish for the past 2-3 weeks. So we might see reversals forming anytime soon. See, this was very bearish. But as I said earlier, we always want to follow the trend. That's why I'm waiting for shorts. But the only concern is that it was moving bearish for so long. So this one might not work as what I'm expecting it to see, but we'll see what happens. And I have set my alerts on the prices. I'm gonna keep you all updated on the Telegram channel. I'll post the link on the description. So make sure you join the Telegram channel and hit the subscribe button so you can hear what's coming up after. We're also gonna start posting some educational video from this week. So yeah, let's rock this week. See you all on the Telegram channel. Take care.